everyone. I had this idea to post a dream on Dakini Insights, Dream Insights page on Facebook, because I had a dream last night that was pretty intense. I'm reading A Course in Miracles right now, and it seems to be going along with, it seems to be bringing stuff up for me that I need to look at. And last night was a nightmare. I had a nightmare that there was a man. He was my boyfriend in the dream, and we went out. I was in the parking lot going to his car. Really nice car. Everything seemed really clean and neat. He was like perfect, clean. I keep saying clean. That's interesting. I would hope he'd be clean. But anyway, perfect. Like perfect hair, perfect clothes, perfect car. It just seemed to be like the perfect guy. And then I'm getting into the car, and I sit down in the passenger seat, and he slams the doors on my legs. And I'm yelling at him, telling him I'm not in the car yet. And he's getting angry, and he just keeps slamming the door over and over and over again on my legs. And I'm just, I start to get scared. I'm like, okay, well, he hears me. He knows that I'm in pain, and he's closing on my legs, but he's doing it anyway. But he doesn't seem to think that there's anything wrong with what he's doing. Just that he's angry. He can't see what's wrong about what he's doing. He just wants me to get in the car, and he wants the door shut. So then he gets into the driver's seat, and we're driving down the highway. And next thing I know, we're pulling into a parking lot, an abandoned parking lot. And on the ride, I'm scared. I know that something's not right. This isn't right. Well, obviously, I'm having a car door slammed on my legs. So then I get out of the car, and we go up to this coffee shop, and there's two women working the coffee shop. I don't say much. I'm afraid to even speak. So he orders whatever it is he's going to order. We go to walk away from the coffee shop. I turn my head and mouth to the girl quietly so he doesn't hear me, 911. She sees me. She understands. So the next thing I know, we're out in the parking lot. She comes out. He goes to attack her. He knows that she's going to try to help me or going to get authority figures out there. So this is my chance. I run. And I run up this building. It's like an apartment building, but it's like a mountain. It's layers, and there's trees, and it's like a mountain with trails, but I also know it to be an apartment complex. So I go up to the very top. I'm kind of ducking as I'm running up. And then I'm at the very top, and I see him down there in the parking lot, but I know that he's going to see me soon, and I need to get away. So I want to go down the back side, but I can't. I see a staircase, like a rainbow-colored staircase. There's only red, green, and orange. There were colors missing. And it would only take me to the other end of the apartment complex, not to the other side. So to get to the other side, I have to go through an apartment. So I go through this apartment. There's this man sleeping in a bed. I go through his balcony door out back. I look over the balcony. It seems like a really far drop, but I know there's no other option. So I go over the balcony, and I'm noticing as I'm going over, I'm kind of climbing down, that my feet come upon this like bulkhead. It's like, and then I notice there's like a community on the water. It's like a town. And so I climb down, and I go to the first people that I see. They're standing at a bar. And I actually work there, two men, and I believe there's a girl there, but I do remember the two men. And I ask if I can use their telephone. And I'm kind of scared when I ask them. I think, from my perspective, I seem shook up, so they wouldn't have a problem with giving me their phone. But they tell me, oh, we're sorry, we're not allowed to let anybody use the phone. So I'm like, okay, look, I need to call 911. Somebody is coming after me. And they're like, so they pick up the phone, and when they pick up the phone, there's already somebody on the other end. And I can see by the look in their face, in their eyes, that it's him. They hang up. And I say to them, that was him, wasn't it? And they nod their heads. And they look scared for me, and also kind of scared for themselves. I then walk up, right next to the bar is this narrow staircase. I walk up the narrow staircase, and at the top of the staircase, I see this woman with a broken neck, but she's not quite dead yet, and this guy, who was one of the guys that worked at the bar, holding her. And I get scared. I think that he is killing her. I run down the stairs, and as I'm running down the stairs, I start changing my perspective. I start to think, maybe he was just holding her. Maybe he was just scared because she seemed like she was in a lot of pain. And so then I keep running, and I know that the man that's after me is there. I know he's there, so I don't know where to go. I feel trapped. And then I wake up. So now I'm in bed, I'm awake. And I go back to sleep. And when I go back to sleep, I wake up and I'm in my bathroom. My bathroom is right over there. And see that little hallway? A lot of times I throw my clothes right there in the hallway by that little light on the floor. The shower is actually behind the wall with the picture frame. So I'm standing behind the wall where the picture frame is, and I can see, he comes in, I can hear his voice, and he's talking to a woman here in the kitchen who seems like me. She's very calm, very relaxed. She doesn't seem to have any type of qualm with this guy. She seems to think that this guy is a nice man. And then I notice that there are my clothes on the floor, and I hear him say, "Oh, let me go pick up those clothes." And so then I can see my shadow kind of dancing over the clothes from the light, and I know he sees my shadow, and then I think to myself, wait, this is a dream. So then when he comes around the corner, just as much as he thinks he's going to surprise me, I surprise him, and I grab him by the arm. And I say to him, "What do you want? Why are you so angry?" And he just looks at me, doesn't say anything, but I can tell that the anger is still inside of him. He just doesn't know what to do with it, because now I know that he's not real. So next thing I know, I'm outside under the stars. I go outside a lot and stand out there in the parking lot, and oh yeah, my driveway is a big concrete area kind of resembling a parking lot. So I'm standing out there and I'm looking at the stars with him, and I'm holding him, and then I look at him and I hold his hands or his arms, and I say, "I love you," and I give him a kiss. And then I just felt all his anger melt away, and then I woke up. So this dream, I feel like, is telling me that from the fear is not going to defeat anger, and anger isn't going to defeat anger. Only love and compassion and looking at something from the other person's perspective. You know, I even looked at it from when I'm with my children and they're pulling on my legs, or they're leaving the refrigerator door open, or they're, whining. I feel this anger build up inside of me. And if I just turn around and look at it from their perspective, they don't feel anger at me. They only feel love for me, and they don't really understand why I don't understand where they're coming from, and they don't understand why I get so angry. I hear Lena say to me sometimes, like whenever I get a little frustrated and, I raise my voice, after it's over, she really puts it in perspective for me, because she'll say, "Mommy, I'm sorry you got angry at me." And that just melts me. It melts me, because she's right. I don't need to get angry. And I believe our dreams are there to hold a mirror, to show us things from different perspectives. So I think I got it. I think that dream really got through. So even today, as we're getting ready for school, Brookie was not having a very good morning, but I was learning to just calm down and just love her, because that's all they want. So I just really wanted to share that dream with you, and please feel free to post any of your dreams, whether you want to write them or you want to send a video. Either way, I'd love to hear from you and hear what you guys are dreaming about. All right, much love, have a great day, and happy dreaming.